In front, power move. A one-time shot, he scores! Milwaukee, another breakaway shot. Goes for the goal. He scores! Bridge got it. They score! Seals the deal! Hello and welcome to Gulls All Access, presented by California Coast Credit Union. I'm your host, Aaron Cooney. One Czech goaltender is good, but two, that's even better. Following in the footsteps of Gulls grad Lukáš Dostal, fellow countryman Tomas Suchanek is the latest Czech goalie to shine in San Diego. Undrafted and overlooked, the 20-year-old has grinded his way to relevancy and was recently rewarded with a 3-year entry-level contract. On the heels of signing his entry-level contract, I sat down with Tomas to discuss his hockey journey. Tomas Suchanek, their first-year goaltender, the 20-year-old from Czechia.
These are how stories are made. You come in, you get your opportunity, you come in, you have one game, he puts a show on. I can't say enough about the young rookie.
Today we're joined by Gulls goaltender Tomas Suchanek. Tomas, thanks for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
If I would have told you back in Las Vegas when you were on a free agent trial at the rookie tournament that you were going to do this interview end of the season in the Gulls locker room having just signed an NHL contract, what would you have said to me?
That would be my goal. No, that was my goal coming to this season, was to earn the NHL contract. I didn't get it after the camps, but it gets me extra motivated for the whole year, and now I'm happy that finally got the NHL contract and now this work starts.
I think there's a lot of people thrilled for you too, but I do want to dive into that a little bit more in a second. But kind of find out how you got here. Going deeper into your playing career, how did you kind of get started, and how did you end up becoming a goaltender?
I was pretty good at every sport I played. I played soccer, tennis, and all those sports, and then of course hockey. And first started as a forward for 3 years, I think, and I love it. I was pretty good forward. I loved the scoring goals, and then just one tournament, we got our goalie wasn't there, so we were just trying to look who's gonna go there, and the coach pointed me to go there, and I did pretty good. I won the best goalie of the tournament and everything, but I didn't actually that's the crazy thing. I'd never like it to be goalie, but he just told my parents that he sees some potential in me or some stuff of that, and he would want to keep me in that. So my parents came home and told me hey, you're gonna be goalie from now on. And I remember crying for so long. I still remember when I was 12, 13, I was still trying to convince my parents to go back me, put me to the forward, but they never let me. But it's pretty good now. It worked out.
What goes into the decision for you with going through some international play and then playing professional in Czechia to making the decision to jump into the CHL draft and make your way to North America?
Yeah, I think every Czech player, when you're 17, 18, you have to choose if you want to go European way, going to Sweden, Finland, or exactly go to CHL. And I had some friends in CHL, and they just could say all the good things about CHL. So, and I always wanted to try to live in USA. So that was my goal, to go to CHL. So I got drafted to try see the Americans, and then spend 2 years there, and it was awesome. It was probably 2 best years of my career. It was the most fun. I love it there.
In that same first season, you're named to the Czechia World Junior team. I know how proud of a country hockey is, especially for Czechia, in the history they have with that Olympic gold medal '98, and you go through. But for you to represent your country in a World Junior tournament like that, what did it mean to you?
Oh, it was the most important and the biggest thing in my, not even just hockey, but in my life, because I always remember myself when I was small kid, watching in my bed, during the Christmas break, just imagining. I still remember now, when I was 12, just hoping one day I could be there. And when I was able to be there, it was just a dream come true, and it was the best moments of my life for sure.
Czechia hasn't medaled in 17 years. I'm sure there's a lot of pressure that carries it, but what clicked in that tournament for that team?
We had 15 guys coming from the Summer World Juniors to this one, and you could just feel it from the first camp. Nobody was talking about it, but everyone was feeling like this could be this is the team that can actually make something happen. And we just believe it like since the day one, and especially when we beat the Canada in the group, it just helped a lot to our confidence, and we just didn't get that lucky in that overtime, but that would be amazing. And like it, especially like as you said, like in Czech, I have so many kids now like texting me or like even in my hometown, just like telling me like how it changed them, like how they want to be there too. It's just amazing to hear that and like extra motivation.
A goal of first-year head coach Matt McIlvaine was to bring a culture of winning and brotherhood to the organization in this season. And out of that idea of brotherhood was born the Player of the Game biker vest, a clear symbol of unity that the team is looking to build their future success off of. I caught up with some of the coaches and players to discuss the team's newest tradition.
We have a cultural item in our team called the Brotherhood, and the whole concept of it is that when you can form uncommon bonds together with your teammate, there's a lot of strength that comes from that unity.
We are the Brotherhood. Okay, we've got our man at the back. We've got a little bit of a motorcycle theme, and you guys will give it out from now on. I'll give out the first one. I got to give this to Al.
I think the Brotherhood theme sort of comes with somehow like a biker gang kind of a feel, and we played on the unity that can come from a group like that.
Now we get a chance to enjoy a break. Sash, who's got the best kid?
Boy, that's a huge win going into break. Sucky, you were unbelievable, but Dell's leading the way from the first. Hey boys, let's enjoy this little all-star break. Let's get a playoff push when we get back.
When you think about brothers, you think about family, you think about support, you think about having each other's back, you think about chasing down something big together, and I think that's really where the idea of the unity comes from.
Goes usually the player of the game, hardest worker, guy who puts his body on the line, sacrifices for the boys. So for us, it's we got a chopper jacket, motorcycle jacket. It's a good-looking leather jacket we got there too, little Sons of Anarchy.
Gotta keep the goals.
Great game, guys. Thank you for this, and let's make a new streak here, right?
We spend a lot of time together. I think over the time of the hockey season, I think we spend more time with the boys at the rink than we do our own families. So it really does become a brotherhood.
Oh, win, boys. Clanger, showing your head all night, but Sash.
If you don't have a tight-knit group and have that kind of brotherhood, then we don't achieve some of the good things and some of the success that we've had this year. So there's ups and downs in a season, but it's been nice to see these guys come to the rink every day and work hard and stick together. It's been a lot of
fun. Coming up, we catch up with Eddie Matsushima, who recently made his AHL debut at the age of 30. Right here on Gulls All Access, presented by California Coast Credit Union.
And who else? Eddie Matsushima.
Grab your favorite band tee, your Converse shoes, paint your nails black, and join the Gulls on April 6th as we dive into the nostalgia of Emo Night presented by Cal Coast Credit Union against the Tucson Roadrunners at 6 p.m. There will be a rocking tailgate at 4 p.m. featuring live emo music, $8 Blue Line Blonde Ales, food specials, and so much more. Join the Black Parade inside as the first 8,000 fans get a free Emo Night t-shirt. Secure your seats now at sandiegogulls.com/tickets. Every hockey player's journey is unique, but Eddie Matsushima's is truly a testament to perseverance. After working his way up the hockey hierarchy, the 30-year-old recently got the call up from the Tulsa Oilers to make his AHL debut with the Gulls. I caught up with Eddie to discuss his hockey journey and his recent call up to San Diego.
Backdoor feed. Matsushima, he scores! Game-winning goal for Eddie Matsushima. Yes! Eddie Matsushima, his 7th career overtime game-winning goal as an Oiler.
Eddie Matsushima on the campaign. I mean, if he keeps
keeps it up, he's going to end up being not just a point per game player, but a 2-point per game player. 6 seconds left. Turnover right in front of Shep. They score! It's a shorthanded goal. And who else? Eddie Matsushima.
How did you get started in playing hockey? How were you attracted to this sport?
Yeah, I actually started out playing roller hockey. I didn't play ice hockey for the first 3 years that I had started, and my dad told me I actually brought a flyer home from school that was like, learn to play ice hockey, and my dad was like, he's like, it's too expensive. I don't know anything about hockey, so we're gonna try roller hockey. There was something in the paper or something that he found, and so I started playing roller hockey, and was did well enough that people were like, hey, this is back when you could hit in Pee-wees, that now it's, I think, Bantam or whatever. So they're like, hey, you should probably get him started in ice hockey before there's hitting, just so he can try it. So I ended up starting ice hockey when I was 10. So I made the Squirt B team that year, and because I didn't know what offsides was. So
yeah, I forgot. Yeah, the rules are just a little different there. So
yeah, no offsides and no icing.
I see. So that's where it comes, like skating ability. At least watching you play, like skating is there. Like you always had that. So was that the easy transition part, at least for you, and kind of getting started in hockey?
Yeah, the skating on wheels definitely was a huge plus for me when I started skating on ice, and the stick handling as well, and puck skills and skating definitely transferred over really well from roller hockey to ice hockey.
So how did you get the opportunity with the NAHL? I mean, just starting ice hockey at 10 and everything, and then how do you get into a version of junior hockey as well?
When I played in high school, it was kind of one of those things where I thought, like, oh, you just go straight from high school and you go straight to college. So like, you talk with your buddies and you're like, oh, we'll play at this school and that school, not realizing that it's quite a journey to get there. But I actually tried out for the Dubuque Fighting Saints in USHL. And I had gotten cut there and was lucky enough to be drafted in the North American League by Cooley Region. And so I ended up going to Cooley Region and was fortunate enough to play there for 3 years. So
that led to, I'm sure the next step is to college. You end up in D3. Was that a little disappointing? Like how to go NAHL and you got this whole route, I'm sure, in your head, but to not kind of land that D1 school.
Yeah, at the time I was pretty devastated, not getting that Division I scholarship. A lot of other age-out guys that year on my team who were good players, they had scholarships and opportunities to play Division I, and I kind of thought my career was done. Stepping into Division III, it was kind of one of those things that I was like, all right, I'm going to school just to play hockey and finish and get my schooling, and then get a job and go into the real world. And my assistant coach in college, Sean Roadhouse, just came up to me. I think it was before Christmas break or holiday break, and told me, he's like, hey, we're really happy you're here. Really think if you want to go on and play pro, that you could. And I was like, kind of blown away. I was like, whoa, I didn't even know that this was an option. And so from that moment on, it was just like, okay, well then now how can we get better every single day? And I was fortunate enough to have a coaching staff at River Falls, from hockey and strength and conditioning, everything that just was able to support me and allow me to get better and, really help me get to professional hockey.
Okay, now take me to the day you get the call from the Gulls. You're coming up to San Diego. You told me a bit of that story already, but just take us through it one more time. What's that moment like? Where were you at? Who makes the call and ready to go and make the trip to San Diego?
Yeah, my wife and I were actually sitting in a movie theater ready to see a movie, and luckily the movie hadn't started. Previews hadn't even started, and my phone rang, and I thought it was odd that Murr was calling me, and I was at that time, and I was kind of confused. So I stepped out and took the call and told me I was going up to San Diego, and got a quick grab my wife out of the movie theater and, head straight to the rink, pack up my gear. And, call my dad was my first call, and he was pretty excited. He's had to figure out how to get flights and get out to San Diego and kind of organize that with my wife and figure all that out. But no, it was a pretty surreal moment.
stepping onto the ice that first time, first AHL game, warm-ups, it's Pechanga Arena. You've heard of the fans. It's kind of made its way around like hockey lore. The San Diego crowd, it can be kind of nuts. But for you, what was that experience like?
It was pretty awesome. In the moment, I was trying to stay in the moment, but I definitely took a second to appreciate the fact that it was, playing in the American Hockey League, and just seeing my dad. I've seen my dad at every level, right? Like, he's come to every single game, and he always comes down and tries to take a picture or video, through the glass during warm-ups. And so to see that at this level, it was that was a moment that will stick with me for a long time, for sure.
What's next for Eddie Matsushima?
Yeah, it's just continue to get better. I just want to keep getting better, keep climbing the ranks, and continue to see how far I can take this professional hockey journey.
Coming up, we'll have part 2 of our sit-down with Gulls netminder Tomas Suchanek.
I'm gonna just call me up. I'm gonna win the game and end up the losing streak. They told me I get the game, so I was like, you just have one game to show everyone what you are capable of, and I knew I have to win that game.
Right here on Gulls All Access, presented by California Coast Credit Union. Join us as we stick tap for the greatest fans in the AHL on April 20th when the Gulls battle the Coachella Valley Firebirds on Fan Appreciation Night. The celebration kicks off at the pregame tailgate starting at 4 p.m. featuring a live band, food and drink specials, tailgate games, and so much more. Be one of the first 8,000 fans in the arena and receive a scratch and win card for a chance to win Gulls season tickets, signed memorabilia, and other great prizes. Secure your seats now at sandiegogulls.com/tickets. And now part 2 of our interview with goaltender Tomas Suchanek. Some juice added to the lineup tonight. Tomas Suchanek. He'll make his first AHL start. Handle the play, but they get it right back here. Rick shot shoulder, stopped by Suchanek.
It's like he's a veteran goalie in the pipes right now. He does the right thing the majority of the time. And
Welting on top of it is Suchanek. Save made. Suchanek tonight.
The first win of the season and the first start for Tomas Suchanek, and they mopped the goaltender.
Great game, guys. Thank you for this, and let's make a new streak here, right?
The NHL draft comes again, and you're passed up again, but it seems like you just never lost this motivation for your goal, professional career, NHL contract. What was this summer like, trying to figure out what's next? Are you going back for an OA year? Do you go home and eventually land a free agent spot at the Anaheim Ducks rookie camp?
Yeah, this summer it was pretty hard because I was talking to so many people because I honestly had no idea what I wanted to do, because some were voting to go back to as overager to juniors, try to dominate and do it there, and some of them told me I already was one of the best goalies in that league, so what more should I prove there? So they said go here and try your luck in with the AHL contract. So yeah, then I decided to sign it here, and yeah, it works out now good. So I was happy with that choice, but it was a really hard choice, for me.
When you go into that first rookie camp and everything, and I remember just talking to Matt McIlvaine about this, that tournament, they were only going to give you originally half a game, but you were unbelievable against the LA Kings, and they were like, you got to keep playing this guy. Even when we were doing the broadcast, and I'm like, how do you take this guy out? This guy's standing on his head. What was your mindset going into that you're kind of one chance, you had one opportunity, and boy, did you put on a show.
Yeah, I was first when I heard I'm gonna just play half of the game, I think it was just the third period too, from the start. So I got so mad and so disappointed because I thought I was playing the whole camp, and I was just doing everything what I could every single day, and then to just hear this, I was so disappointed because I knew I could perform. So then he just told me you're gonna start and see how it's gonna end up. So I was just this is it, you have to put everything you got now, and it was hard lesson and really great lesson for life too, to just see that you are on your own, and you if you want to get better and just dominate, you have to just be on your own and do everything for 100% every day. So yeah, actually it worked out great. Yeah, so it was good.
So the Gulls are this is November, they're having a hard time, they got some injury issues. You get the call up and you get the start. The Gulls are a 13-game losing streak in your first AHL start back in November against the Chicago Wolves. What's going through your head as you prepare for that game and getting out there for your first home start as well?
Like I knew I was winning that game. You know, I still remember like texting Glasser, like our goalie coach, like I'm gonna like just call me up. I'm gonna win the game and like end up the losing streak. And I ended up like calling me up, and they told me I get the game. So I was like, I knew this exactly like what was in the summer, like in that tournament, you know, in Vegas. I knew it's the same thing. You know, you just have one game to show everyone what you are like capable of, and I knew I have to win that game.
I mean, you rolled from there. 11 wins in your first 15 starts in the American Hockey League. Like, that's pretty crazy to think about and get off to that kind of a tear. You know, was the transition hard to the AHL? Because it didn't seem like you had any issues.
No, I love it here because it's just like I just wanted to show everyone every single game. I just had this extra motivation to show everyone that I can be here and stuck here for the rest of the year. So every game I just play like my heart out, 100%, just trying to show everyone that I can be here. And yeah, it was a good run.
You finally accomplished this goal here. March 21st, just a little bit ago, you signed an NHL contract. What is that feeling like to see this all come together for you?
It's like, finally, you know, like after like 3 years of going from like high, down, up, down, it's just like finally, you know, I was talking to my parents, my family. It was like they were like so happy and excited because like they knew what I was like going through all these 3 years, like what was going through my head for every summer, just like what's going on, you know, what am I doing wrong, just asking yourself like what more can you do, and then just always just like working extra hard, just spending all summer basically in the gym. So yeah, now like my agent called me like that I have like the offer on the table, like from the Anaheim, like the NHL contract, and then it's just like ready to sign. I was like, it sounds great, yeah, ready to sign it.
That will conclude Season 5 of Gulls All Access. I'm Aaron Cooney. Thanks for watching this season, and we'll catch you next fall for another season of Gulls All Access presented by California Coast Credit Union.